Hello, everybody. My name is Cameron, and I'm the Aflac representative for Paradigm Holdings Zone 4. The purpose of this video is to give you a very brief rundown summary of how these Aflac plans work. It is really important to take a moment to listen to this because I have found that, you've seen the duck commercials, they just confuse people. But if you take a moment to understand how the plans work, it will make a big difference. And then you'll have a deeper understanding and be able to make a selection that best suits your needs for yourself and for your family. My information is there at the bottom. If you ever need any help, feel free to reach out to me. So I'm not able to go through all of the details, but everybody will receive a brochure with the exact details of how the plans work. So why is Aflac so popular? Why is it such a big company? Why are so many people enrolling in it? Well, it really comes down to two problems. And with everything going on, these problems are becoming worse. And it comes down to this. If something was to happen to you, or something was to happen to a member of your family, if some type of accident or illness or even maternity, something goes wrong, you're going to have two problems. And the first one is there's out-of-pocket medical expenses. So if you look at your health plan, you'll see that there's a lot, there's a significant amount coming out of your pocket, especially if it's something very severe. The second problem is an obvious problem, and that is if you can't work, you can't get paid. So if you're not able to work because of a medical reason, all of a sudden at the moment that you need income the most, your income has taken a nosedive, and that's no good. Medical problems are the biggest cause of bankruptcy. So that's really what Aflac is all about. Aflac pays you cash directly. Not the medical facility. It's like a safety net that comes into your hand during a tough time. So if something goes wrong and you go to that medical facility, your health insurance kicks in, right? And pays the doctors and hospitals, but your health insurance isn't going to send you any checks. So that's what Aflac is for. These plans are extremely simple. They pay you cash after an accident or after an illness, and that's the moment that we need it the most. So just some very important things to understand about these plans before I get into them. And the first one is really important. The rates will never increase. So it doesn't matter how much you use it. It doesn't matter even if you keep it forever, if you change jobs. You can keep these plans, the rates never go up. Even as you get older, you'll see that some of the plans are based on your age. So the rate that you start with at this age is your rate forever, even as you get older. If you live outside of California, your rates are going to be slightly different. It's usually just a dollar or so. The other important thing to remember is that you could take your Aflac policy with you. So even if you retire, you go on to something else, this is always your plan. And then if when you go, the rate, remember, the rate does not change, even if you set up a direct bill. It's that easy. You just set up instead of having it taken out of your check, you can set up a direct bill with Aflac. You have worldwide 24/7 coverage. There's no limitations about how this plan pays or where you got hurt or sick. It just pays 24/7. You can be traveling in another country. It doesn't matter. Aflac has next day pay or direct deposit. They have the ability of paying you in 24 hours if you use the online service. Aflac pays you no matter what other insurance you have. So sometimes I get the question, well, what if my medical insurance covers this or doesn't? It doesn't matter. Aflac simply pays based on what it says. You have three plans available, and these plans cover different scenarios. So it's like a menu at a restaurant. You could pick and choose one plan, two plans, three plans, or no plan. So you could pick whatever suits your needs. You have the ability of enrolling in all three or just one or two. So you're not required to enroll in them all. You're not required to enroll in any of them. So that's important to remember. So I'm going to go through each one of these plans now to give you a sense of how each one works. And again, you could follow along with that summary of plans, that paper document, and it will have the rates on it. So let's talk about the accident plan. The accident plan is very popular. It pays you after you get hurt. So how it pays you is based on what happened. So different types of medical treatments result in a check to you. So these are different types of medical situations you see here, and each those numbers that are attached to it is a money going into your hands. Remember, not to the doctor and hospital. It's your money, so you decide what to do with it. So it usually starts with that initial visit to the emergency room or the urgent care, or even a dentist because you bust a tooth or something like that. It's going to pay you between $125 to $205, depending if there's an x-ray or not. It's also going to pay you a specific sum between $35,000 and $12,500, and that's based on how bad the accident is. The worse off it is, the bigger the check. Then there's other situations that come up after an accident. Follow-up visits. You're going to get $35 per follow-up visit, a physical therapy appointment. Now, hospitalization. It's a very expensive form of medical treatment. So this plan pays you $1,250 for the first day of hospitalization, and then it pays you $250 for every day thereafter. So remember, it doesn't matter where the hospital is. It doesn't matter if it's covered with your insurance or not. It's irrelevant. It just pays you that amount. And then if it's an intensive care ward, it's $2,500 for the first day and then $400 per day thereafter. There's no limit to how many days this plan will pay you. Diagnostic exams, $200. Ambulance, family support, home modification, like if you need a ramp in the shower or something like that. That's an example of home modification. Here's the second page. Rehabilitation unit, $150 a day. Appliances are like wheelchairs, crutches, prosthetic repair, blood, transportation, family lodging. Now, accidental death life insurance. So if you die in an accident, inside this plan is included a life insurance policy of $40,000 of accidental death. So your beneficiaries would receive $40,000 if you die in an accident, and this would be paid on top of any other life insurance that you have. So it doesn't conflict with any other life insurance. Dismemberments up to $40,000. And if you're playing in an organized sport, or let's say you have a child that's playing in a league and they injure themselves, all these numbers that I just went through increase by 25%. Now, the last thing is the wellness benefit. Everybody loves the wellness benefit. It's a once a year reward to you for doing something for the wellness of your body. $60 a year, this plan will pay you, like a physical exam or teeth cleaning, eye exam, those kinds of things. Very broad range of wellness type visits, and it renews every single year. So every year you get another $60. So that's the accident plan, and now I'm going to get into the hospital plan. Oh, by the way, the accident plan is like every week, $6.21. The hospital plan is, it covers accidents and illness and maternity. So it covers everything. It doesn't have as many benefits as the accident plan as you're about to see, but it covers everything. This is also a good family planning plan. If you're doing some family planning, you go to a hospital, have a baby, this would kick in. Now, let me warn you that there is a 10-month waiting period for pregnancy. So you have to be under this plan for 10 months before you have a baby. But any other type of accident or illness, it's effective the first day of coverage. So the way that this works is that if you are hospitalized for whatever reason, or if anybody else, if you choose family coverage, it's simple. It pays you $1,000. Now remember that this is a check to you, not to the hospital. It doesn't matter what your other insurance covers, or it doesn't matter what your deductible is. It's very simple. It pays you $1,000 per hospitalization. And then it has other benefits attached to it, like if you're in an emergency room, it's going to give you $100 per visit. Rehabilitation unit, $100 a day. And if you're in a hospital for less than 24 hours, it's going to pay you $100. So that's the hospital plan. It's very simple and short. Now let's talk about the last plan. It's one of my favorites. I hope you consider it. It's a lump sum critical illness plan. So again, if you have the summary of plans, look at the rates that are there. It's paid to you a check of $10,000 immediately following these critical illnesses like cancer or the heart attacks. You can read them there. These are the big ones. These are the serious problems that bankrupt people. I know personally people have been bankrupt because of a cancer diagnosis. So to have a $10,000 check placed into your hands is very helpful. Now, it's very important if you have that summary of plans, you look at the sheet, the rates there, they're age banded, right? So the younger you are, the cheaper it is. It's very important to understand that that is your rate forever. So whatever age you are at right now, go to that column and then you will see what your rate is. So even as you get older and you go into the higher tax, into the higher age bracket, it does not go up. So for example, let's say you're 29 years old, that's $1.95 per paycheck forever. So as you become 30, it doesn't go up, it stays the same. If you include your spouse, that means that it would go to the second column and your spouse would be covered for $5,000. Important to understand that kids are covered for free. So here's some of the things that I already mentioned. All of your kids are covered for with a $5,000 lump sum for free under this plan until they're 26 years old. Rates never increase as you get older. I already mentioned that. You can keep this plan forever. So think of that as your life in the future. You're going to need to have a portfolio. You're going to need to have life insurance, savings. This needs to be a part of that portfolio. If you are a smoker, you have to reach out to me, let me know, because your rates are going to be slightly more. It includes a $3,000 coronary artery bypass graft surgery benefit. You can enroll. It doesn't matter if you've had cancer in the past or heart problems. It doesn't matter. This is guaranteed issue. You can enroll. Now, how do you enroll? Real simple, just like your other insurance. There should be in that email an employee enrollment sheet. If you don't have one, you can reach out to myself or to Flavia. She will get you one. It's a simple form where you fill out your information and you send it back to your human resources, to Flavia. And then I'm going to send you the brochures, the instruction sheet that tells you exactly how to file a claim and also confirms your election. Now, this is my contact information, so feel free to reach out to me for whatever reason. If you have some questions about how the plans work, if you're confused, feel free to reach out to me. I am glad to help. Thank you very much for listening to this video. I look forward to hopefully one day we can all get to know each other. Thank you.